Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome back to Fata Morgana. And today we're going to be looking into Harvey and Pauline's journey, I would assume. And it looks like we've also got a bit on Bestia and the white-haired girl. Perhaps we're going to see what these people do through Bestia and the white-haired girl's point of view. I don't know. It will be really interesting to see how he responds to said situation. And yeah, I think if I'm going to be honest, this is probably where the chapter is going to all wrap up, but at the same time I think this is easily the part that has the highest potential just to be absolutely amazing. Let's just read a bit of the backlog to get immersed, get in the mood. Why not? Yeah, my god, what a personality change from Harvey though. I think that's so funny. I mean, my god. I feel like that is the first thing she will ever mention about her town. I mean, if I'm going to be honest, that is the thing that broke the ice between her and the merchant. One of the main things. Yeah, seriously. Oh my god, yeah, I really enjoyed the stuff about the promises. That was done very well. Yeah. Yeah, and I just find it really interesting that even though Pauline is admitting the fact that she is, well, let's be honest, living in a fantasy, living in a world where this man is alive. But no, that's not the case whatsoever, and it's just so interesting how realistic her outlook is, and yet at the same time how she still persists with that belief. Yeah. It is interesting. But if I'm going to be honest, I mean, this is an incredibly positive outlook, and if anything, I think it's, I mean, obviously she's being realistic here a lot more than she was before, but at the same time, it's just assuming that she is going to be able to be happy, and assuming that she will be alive after this. Let's be honest, there is not a full guaranteed chance. Yeah. Because you may have proof after this that he is dead. Yeah. Oh my god, that's really, really unusual. So we are asleep, and this is the present, and yet at the same time, we are not talking about anything related to Bestia. That's weird. No, it looks like we were genuinely thinking this. What is this connection that we have with the maid? Why? What's the problem? But at the same time, we do not exist in this world. In the mirror, there was no reflection at all. Could that be a possible indication of what's going on? I wonder. Oh my god, wait, hang on a second. Okay, that's really weird. But why is the maid not the master of the house? Whoever the master is, that is going to be us. There's got to be some sort of story that's going to happen in one of the further doors where, I don't know, maybe we're just going to practically be told who we are. But the thing that I find so unusual is that the maid was telling us the story beforehand, and it was kind of as if she was trying to get us to remember our identity, and now maybe it's as if we have remembered our identity because we can conjure up said story ourselves. That's so weird. Yeah, totally. So what does it mean to be the master of this house? It doesn't even look like we're alive here, and yet at the same time, this is something that applies to us. What significance does being the master of the house actually hold? I mean, you're just a master of one house. Why does that mean you can transcend humanity? And be able to view images from the past that are in the past, or should be inaccessible in the present. And then if you've read Tsubahibi, just bring in the argument that, oh, the past was obviously just something that was conjured up within 10 seconds by some madman and put into our heads. Then you can never see the past again, basically. I said past, I meant to say past. So weird. Shit. So what does she exactly... What does she exactly mean by ephemeral? Oh, I didn't realise that. So ephemeral actually means only lasting for a short amount of time. I'm surprised. I thought it had a totally different meaning. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I like that. So it's kind of, if you put him in a difficult situation, no matter how much you try to repair him, he will never be the same again. And I suppose you could repair him, but at the same time there would always be a remnant of the fact that this certain thing has happened. Yeah, totally. Yeah, totally. Yeah. Yeah, I fully agree. Yeah, they can't. It's impossible, and that's the worst thing. It's kind of like, there's a really quite nice way of actually analysing human mind in a way. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, not in every situation. Sometimes. Well, even if you're really, really damaged about something, there's still going to be remnants of that have potential to become worse. Yeah, totally. Jesus fucking Christ. That's insane. I can't believe that. Oh. Now I get it. Yeah, totally. Because this, like the maid is saying, was just one of the cracks that will just forever increase. I agree. God, he really, really is doing as much as he possibly can to just make it so that he can't see himself, so that he has less proof of who he is. And there's also more rejection as well of who he is. Yeah, this is insane. But it is interesting. A lot of the story here that we've seen between Bestia and the white-haired girl, we have not been told that by the maid. We have seen that for ourselves. And a lot of Pauline's story as well. Oh, totally. He doesn't care. That's the thing. He puts all of this, and he puts all of this in complete priority compared to himself. God, and that's a real hazard for the white-haired girl, especially considering she's blind. She doesn't know where the broken glass is. What if she accidentally cuts herself, or I don't know, something even worse? Oh, I can imagine that, yeah. God. You can tell how much pain he is going through, and yet how little he cares. Yeah, and isn't it interesting that he's kind of... his mind is just defaulting to the most convenient truth in a way. It's easiest for you to view yourself as, obviously, what your outside appearance determines you to be, rather than to think that, like the white-haired girl was trying to say, there's so little value in an outside appearance. Jesus Christ. He's totally disgusted by himself. Oh no, if anything, that was when it began. It was becoming... it was... To be fair, it was a crack, and like the maid was saying, one that could easily widen, but at the same time it wasn't very big. Now the crack's just getting bigger and bigger. Yeah. Wait, hang on a second. I just wanted to check something. Did that voice start appearing there, or was it earlier on? Because I swear I remember hearing it when he was doing his horrible rampage. Let's just look at the viewpoint of Bestia. Yeah, no, I mean... So I suppose he had no voice because he had nothing that he was intervening. So I suppose the second he... Oh, no. So the voice only appeared after... Wait, no. I was not wrong to think that. The voice appeared the second he tried to start having a peaceful life. Exactly. Yeah, you know somebody is experiencing something that's very realistic if they don't even know, if the other person doesn't even know what they are feeling, really. But my god, it's just insane how far he is going, and it really does make him feel as if he has insanity. But that's the thing, he has very impulsive emotions and he can't control them whatsoever, and he's just going mad as a result of it. He really can't control them because it's too painful for him to do so. Yeah, exactly. I totally agree. Does he believe what? Oh, yeah, that's the worst. Yeah, that's worrying. Because this voice is horrible. It is nothing short of evil. Yeah. Yeah, who do you want to believe? Do you want to believe your guilty conscience? Well, not really your guilty conscience, but do you want to believe your... It's just so weird. It kind of is like he has two personalities, and he has one personality that's a complete psychopath, and then the other where he wants to break free of this frenzy, and yet he can't. That's the thing. Yeah, I'm sorry, that's not true. Is she crying? Oh, yeah, of course. Exactly, I totally agree. Think about this idea and you may be saved. Fair enough. Oh, yeah, I get that. Because I suppose he's seen his own eyes in a reflection. And then he sees... If her eyes were any colour but red, it would have been so much better, because her eyes kind of show like a parallel of what this person would look like if he was human. And then you just see how different the eyes are because of this, in a way. I hope you're getting what I'm saying. Jesus Christ. I mean, if I'm going to be honest, it's not like... This has a little bit less weight because of the fact that she is blind. If she wasn't, then this would be seriously surprising. But I suppose she's not really going to lose that much anyway. Well, I don't actually know if you can survive having your eyeballs torn out. I mean, your eyeballs are connected to loads of little capillaries. So could you bleed to death, I wonder? But I don't know. I've got no idea. Oh god, I'm going to regret this. Let's search it up on Google. Oh my god. It's actually something that's searched. Oh my god. So I'm looking on Quora at the moment. Not an AI response, an actual human one. Yeah, infection is apparently the only issue. But yeah. And they couldn't. Yeah. Yeah. Is there anything else? Oh right, so it could be. So, oh my god, catastrophic trauma that crushes the face, head, skull, and more often than not will result in devastating injury or death for the patient. Jesus Christ. So, yeah, that does kind of make sense. You can survive it, but very unlikely. So basically, this could possibly kill her as well. Yeah, but I suppose there's a lack of understanding. There's a lack of scientific understanding given the time, so it does make sense that she would want this. God. It's unbelievable that she is offering this. I wouldn't even put it past Bestia to do this as well. He can never view himself as anything but a beast. Never view himself as anything special. It's ridiculous. It's just this paranoia that he has developed from ever since he was born. I know, yeah. Yeah, and that, yeah, I can totally see why she would feel sad about that. It just feels like it's meaningless in a way. Yeah, no, I totally agree. And this is the cause of him losing sight of himself. This voice. Yeah, do not trust the voice, seriously. I agree. Yeah, yeah, fair enough. This is the weirdest thing. He wants to trust this woman, and yet at the same time he has no ability to because he's losing grip on himself. But after all, it does kind of make sense because you can't trust somebody else if you don't trust yourself to begin with. If you don't know what yourself is, how can you trust another person? Yeah, yeah, no, I get what she's saying. Yeah. I really do wonder what she's going to try and make him believe here. Yeah, and isn't it interesting when she was saying, I do not want to make another mistake here? Because, let's be honest, I kind of get what she's saying in the sense that if she makes a mistake here, she is going to have to run because, well, her life is going to be in danger. Isn't it interesting? It's on the inside because sex really determines personality, really. So I suppose that's kind of why they differ on the inside. I don't blame him. Damn. Okay then. Was not what I was expecting. Of course he saw her, that's hilarious. Where was she hiding? And how has she been able to do it so well? Wow. Was she even there? Yeah, yeah, totally. Even though they have slept together, but rather than as lovers, they've kind of done it more as family. More as people who really, really need each other and need each other by their side rather than lovers, in a way. Yeah. Oh god. Yeah, fair enough. How? Please don't tell me you're going to say because he was a beast. Yeah, I don't know. It's not because of that, though. It's just because of the fact that... No, but you would have thought something like that would be very instinctive. So it is quite surprising. Or it could just be because he's having a really, really awful time and obviously isn't in the mood for that type of business, really. A beast cannot lust after a human. He is objectively someone who is not of human origin, but yeah, it's... I think that's... I don't know. I mean, I don't really think... I suppose that's one of the things that could be trying to be proven. Maybe that he has instinctive lust like a human being would, but it could also be that... I don't know, mate. I don't know what... Maybe her heart's beating really fast at the moment, so she wants fear to be emphasised. Surprising. I suppose it's just some sort of really close gesture in a way. Just, I am there for you. I will always be there for you. Just trying to communicate ideas like that. I know, yeah, it's just feeling. It really is. Interesting. I wonder who? That's unusual. Or is that the maid, possibly? So we're seeing the past now, okay. They're really just delaying the big moment, I think. But, yeah, that was really an unusual scene. It is interesting. But I think that's very reasonable. That's the maid. I mean, look at how the maid has calmed him down when he was in his most big... well, when he was in his biggest and most... hostile of moments, really, and when he became a human. And he learned English, he learned how to live as a human being. And I suppose he's trying to put on a facade that he is a human, and we are just seeing the proper difficulty faced. But I suppose you can always think, was this soul ever a beast or not? Yeah, it's an unusual scene. It really is. Anyway, let's see what this is. It's probably just because of the fact that he's going to be leaving, probably for a long time as well. Yeah. It must have been really quite nice to interpret the world in these times. I mean, obviously it's good for society's sake that science exists, just considering that on average people have better qualities of life now than they did before, even though obviously there is still a lot of poverty in the world. But at the same time though, it must have been so much nicer in times like these, because nothing compared to how everything was today was known about the world, so there's just so much more mystery that you can interpret the world with. Like this. But to be fair, is the sea really something that has a beginning and end? Just because of the fact that the Earth is a sphere. Oh yeah, totally. For any human being, it would be impossible to cross the entire ocean in a time like this. Yeah. Yeah, it's really quite sweet, this, yeah. Yeah, and that's another thing. Just the fact that you use God to explain the unknown. Yeah. I was kind of thinking something bigger. If you use the belief of God as a way of explaining the world, then why is the sea as big as it is? Why not make the land bigger and accommodate more species? But at the same time, if you don't have enough water for all said species, then it will die. Everything will die out. Yeah. It is interesting that he just kind of enjoys listening to her thoughts, and I don't blame him at all. He's got some interesting thoughts. She has a good head on her shoulders, seriously. I know, it's brutal. Oh, damn. Yeah, probably. God, I love the reflection of the sea in this background. It's done amazingly. And just all of the houses as well. And this church as well. This art style is so good. I like Pauline's outfit as well. She really looks like a pirate. I don't know, just with that, with the lower half of her outfit especially, I kind of believe that. God, I can't imagine. Oh my god, so you're going on an expedition and yet you are not doing your best to prepare. I mean, god, you've got to make good first impressions on these things, surely? I mean, you're going to be spending months with these people after all. Well, I mean, they are probably colleagues, he knows, but still. I mean, it doesn't change the fact that they're going to be spending months together. This is his first time leaving her. Sounds quite serious, whatever he wants to say. He really does, yeah. And I wonder if he has a bit of a thing for him. She's disappointed. God! What? Interesting. I was just going to jokingly say Japan, and then I kind of... I wouldn't... No, I don't know. I do wonder where this guy is actually from. But I mean, it would be ironic if Japan was what he was getting at. I think it's very, very unlikely, just considering how the geographical distance. I'm imagining us to be in, I don't know, some sort of European place at the moment. I mean, is Pauline... Where does the name Pauline... Which countries have the name Pauline? Let's see if anything comes up. Yes, it was originally French. Yeah, so there could be a lot of places, but my point is probably too much of a geographical distance. But I do wonder where this guy's from, seriously. God. Just because of the fact that, well, I mean, I suppose he's done a North Korea. He's left the country. Yeah, no, you can't even be in your homeland. But I see what he's saying. It must be painful. But you've got to do it. Because there could always be a chance of losing him. I know, and yet you still go on the mission. This just shows you how strong societal stigmas are, let's be honest. And also how brave he is. Yeah, totally, yeah. God, that's so awkward. It's honest though. Yeah. Yeah. And we're seeing this now. Yeah. That's hilarious. I mean, what a good thing to hear when you confess to somebody. I don't think, if I'm going to be honest, I genuinely don't think you could hear something better than this. Yeah, fair enough. Well, to be fair, it's not surprising considering this. And then you just see her saying, "This is a park." And then you're just thinking, who the fuck did I just fall for? I've made such a mistake. They will, yeah. 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 That's really quite sweet, that confession. Oh my god, this looks weird. Oh shit, here we go. So my first impression of these trees, I thought they were hands with really skinny fingers. I don't know, I just thought they were hands like this coming out to get you. Rather than them be fingers, I remember... Well, so imagine a really... Oh, I don't know. I've kind of got an imagination of what it looks like, but it's a bit... It's something I kind of imagine with my own head and is really hard to describe. Interesting. God. What an unusual forest though. It really does look like we're in autumn time when you see stuff like this. I mustn't deny, very, very creepy, but beautiful. Yeah, he's good for asking this, but let's be honest, she's never going to say yes. She'll do anything for the merchant, let's be honest. She's nervous, she is scared out of her wits. But is she going to do anything? No, because she loves her man. Oh. It's hilarious, the fact that he just habitually says it. Yeah, totally reasonable. Oh god. Oh god. Why does she have such a resistance to call her Pauline? I would think I just don't think this resistance is normal. I really do wonder if maybe, for example, his mum was called Pauline, or somebody he really hates was called Pauline, and he doesn't really want reminders of said person when addressing her. Maybe it could be that. Pauline. Yeah, totally. Yeah, totally. He's definitely over 18. I think he's around 20. It's better than something. Isn't it funny that after this conversation here, we have forgotten entirely about the fear? And if there was objectively a voice that could be heard, not even in her agenda to care. Isn't it interesting how... Well, if I'm going to be honest, I think there is a very likely chance that these people are going to develop a relationship. I don't know, I just kind of get that feeling. Instinctively. Yeah, fair enough. He will never admit that he's laughing. Oh my god, this is the one. Yeah, totally. Especially considering that this is a really rural place surrounded by deprivation, and then you just have a mansion belonging to somebody that could pass off as a, I don't know, a millionaire or something. Well, I mean, just a rich person. I think if you were to have £1 million in a time like this, like £1 million of today's pounds in this time, you would... I actually wonder if you'd have more than the entire world economy. Wait, what is the most inflated currency? Hang on. Right, 10 strongest currencies in the world. Okay, what are we getting? Okay, that's not what I was expecting. So, the Kuwaiti dinar. I've got no idea how you say that, but yeah, so if you had like 1 million of those, win the entire world's economy. Be the economy. And then pray you don't get killed. That's interesting, considering that he has been there before. Well, no, actually, he's approached the mansion before, but then he's come back because of the fact that the beast was too scary, and he looked him in the eye as well. Imagine if that happened. Yeah, it is weird though, I agree. Yeah, if I'm going to be honest, it's not really something I would have thought somebody like him could do. But, yeah, I totally see what you're saying. Yeah. I think they are too. Well, it's just massive instability and insecurity. That's weird. What? Hang on a second. Whose thoughts are these? Yeah, so these thoughts are Pauline or the merchants. I think Pauline's, but yeah, this has got to be Pauline's thoughts. Yeah. I'm just finding it so hard to believe that she finds this familiar, in a way. Yeah, exactly. Why? Why would you possibly feel a sense of familiarity? Shouldn't be. Yeah, why? I agree. Oh, yeah. She's just totally overthinking. But if you were doing something as scary as this... I mean, this is the point you can turn back. When you get to the mansion... Oh, and you see all of those smashed windows and all of the scary things within. That's the point of no return. You can go back now, so do if you want to. Basically. Yeah. The promise will only be broken if Javi's life is in danger, I think. Know what I know? He doesn't have anything to gain from it, and I totally agree. All Pauline has is peace of mind. That's it. Right. Oh wow, I like this. So this is a very, very odd view of the mansion. Look at the sky. And look at how it kind of emphasizes all of the, well, the outline of the mansion, if anything. Just the beautiful, beautiful textures of the mansion as well. Look very, very unusual. Definitely look like something that has been prone to abandonment. They look almost rust coloured. These are really unusual, these little things in the sky as well. Right. Oh, I like that analogy. Yeah, I can totally imagine how that must be the case. Yeah, that's interesting. Oh, totally. That's insane. Yeah. It's brutal, but it's totally true. And you'll not just die, you'll die a painful, painful death as well. Yeah. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, and it must be very interesting for her getting to see a perspective of such a different life to hers. Obviously, her life has had her challenges, but God, sometimes you really can't help but compare her life to lives of people like this, Javi, and yeah, then you realise it might not be much at all. It's not really a fair comparison because we don't know that much about Pauline, but still, Yeah, it's awful. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, and it is totally reasonable. But this is the sad thing, it's just she couldn't possibly realise how much they have to go through. Just like Nelly in a way. The only thing is she is a nice person rather than, let's be honest, somebody who probably becomes a psychopath. It isn't, I suppose, but at the same time, if that makes it so that you don't have a good and accurate view of reality and what other people are going through, and that your world is not the only world, yeah, it's bad. If you ask me. Yeah, it is. It just kind of depends on who you meet, I think. Obviously, if you don't meet any poor people when you were really rich and you have something like this as one of your character traits, it's fine, I think, because you're never going to have an ability to need to use that understanding. But obviously, if you do, then it's a bit different. And I suppose if you do decisions that concern the fates of poor people as well, using logic that's gained from a rich perspective to deal with stuff deal with stuff relating to the poor, that could be. I do wonder if ignorance in decision making like that could lead to just unrealistic decisions being made, possibly. Yeah. He is cynical, but he's with the perspective of reality. Totally, it's a way out. It is a way out. And a way in to a new life. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure he can. I like that, yeah. Yeah, fair enough. Oh wow, look at this. That looks so unusual. I wonder if they're going to notice the broken windows. Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree. Ooh, okay. Is she actually going to betray Javi's wish? There won't be. But she doesn't know that, of course. Without being noticed. No way that's gonna happen. Well, to be fair, I mean, Javi said not to go in the house, not to explore. You are still not going in the house. You're kind of complying with his demands. Obviously, that's not what he wanted. He didn't want Pauline to have any chance of being seen, but still. Yeah. You have so much of a thought that you are going to make it out of this alive. What if you don't? But after all, she's prioritising what she wants to do, i.e. find some sort of trace of her lover. Some sort of indication that he's alive or dead. She's not prioritising her own safety at all, which is key in a situation like this, but she's forgotten about it. That's the thing. She cares about the merchant so much that she doesn't really have room for her own safety, if you ask me. Okay. Yeah, totally. But I'm actually quite surprising. I'm actually finding it quite surprising that Pauline hasn't made the connection that the window's broken. Is the window actually broken? Oh shit. What is it? Oh my god, is that what she's hearing? What's going on? Oh my god. Yeah. There are some situations you can plan for. No matter how much you plan for, that plan is always going to be different to reality. I suppose this is just one of those situations. Oh god. Yeah. Fully fair question. That's unbelievable. Isn't that interesting that she is going with fully alerting herself that she is there? Gosh, she does not know what she is doing. She's being such an idiot. Yeah. Imagine if the white-haired girl comes out here completely nude. That'd be so funny. Is this the white-haired girl? I get what she's doing. She's seen the white-haired girl and now she feels as if she is in total danger. But this is why she's taking so long to answer, because she's blind. What the fuck? Okay. Maybe not the white-haired girl. What's going on? Okay. This is odd. Okay, this is really odd. We've literally seen him die. What the fuck is going on? What? So he is Japanese. Oh my god. That's hilarious. I was just kind of hypothetically guessing that. Ikimasa. There is something really, really wrong going on with this. What the fuck is going on? Dude, she is sane. Why? What's happening? I mean, if anything, we have heard the sound of Bestia. Oh, I get it. She hasn't seen. She's only seen the reflection, or maybe... No, the beast hasn't dressed similar. He doesn't know the merchant's dress sense. I think what could have happened is you see a reflection, you see in a really, really distant, you see a really, really distant figure of somebody who has a similar height to the merchant, and then you just interpret it as the merchant just because you're so desperate about that being the truth that you just kind of butcher what the actual truth is and then replace it with your own fabricated truth. Oh my fucking god. Oh, right, okay, this is... Oh shit, is this on auto mode? Oh my god. The fuck? What? This is genius. This is amazing. Oh. God. Jesus fucking Christ. Right. I tell you what. I think I might have accidentally done auto mode. I don't know. I want to turn this off though because it's just too fast. Oh, did we get a new achievement? No, we didn't. I must have accidentally clicked it. I just want to re-experience this if I have. Yeah. Oh, that's so annoying, man. Let's re-experience this. This is just... Well, I suppose now we can really go over it, but... I mean, I was just thinking this could possibly be some sort of reflection that you didn't see. I mean, what the fuck? It's insane. I'm so annoyed that I accidentally went in auto mode here. But is this Harvey? I wouldn't be surprised if it is. Let me just get a... So he has a green outfit. Yeah, I mean, who else could it be? No, I think it genuinely is. This is insane. And this is Pauline's lover. Some lover he's turned out to be. How can you ever think that this is the same person as the one that we saw back there? It's just insane. It's just unbelievable. I just can't believe it. I'm just so fucking annoyed that the auto thing happened. Seriously. I thought it was one of those VN sequences where it had automatic auto mode, but I just accidentally clicked it. Fucking annoying, man. But seriously though, this twist is amazing. It is nothing short of amazing, because when you realise just what weight something like this has and how much it changes absolutely everything, it all makes sense. It all makes sense now. There is no supernatural in this story whatsoever. Yeah. And look at his lack of ability to even say something remotely coherent. I just can't believe that this is the same person, seriously. It's amazing that it is. It's got to be one of the most shocking twists I think I've actually seen. Oh, you could be anybody. He doesn't give a shit. Yeah. So I do wonder what he's going to think. And isn't it interesting what the sound design does? It really just portrays him as a beast, as something that can't even coherently form a sentence like a human would. But Jesus Christ. If I'm going to be honest, I think it's really interesting that this person is a human. I think that just really changes how I view a lot of these real murderous acts, and it kind of shows the awful nature of this persecution, because realistically, he came to this island a sane man. He sees discrimination, and so much so that he's physically threatened, so he has that as his only means of fighting back, and kind of like an animal, he goes to primitive mode. He just goes to fight or flight mode. And then, I suppose he's he's injured so many people that I think him going down to this mansion, that was probably for him to get food, because he was fucking starving. He's not going to feast on the human beings. Yeah, even though he was a beast, there were a lot of things that really didn't add up. I mean, let's say, for example, food. I remember having that wonder, like, what does this guy eat? I could never, ever think about it, though. Jesus Christ. It's just, I remember Sayan no Uta, that I was thinking this story was similar. If you've read it, you will know what I mean now. I just really get the impression that these two stories are similar. This guy reminds me of Huminori so much. Still, Yukimasa, I mean, yeah. So, obviously, he only speaks Japanese and English. So, the new language needs to be taught. And if anything, I just can't believe that he is so traumatized by this persecution, that he has literally convinced himself that he is a beast, and he is finding himself so hard to see any sense of humanity. And because of the fact that the white-haired girl is blind, there is nothing that can be seen. And I think that's so, so cool. And it is interesting. He literally sees himself as a beast. But then again, I mean, this is how the maid puts it. It's not a necessary reflection of reality, but it's interesting, so let's reflect it like that. But it's just insane. I mean, I just wonder about this this other personality. So he's obviously trying to be somebody who tries to see the fact that he is a human. But let's be honest, now that he is a human, I think it's just inevitable that he was going to go back to his psychopathy, unless something very, very powerful happened. But he couldn't. He genuinely couldn't. And that's the thing. And it must have been so interesting for the white-haired girl, because she's probably realised when she was saying the only thing that differs between them is sex. It is. She must have realised beforehand, and now I get what that is. I just can't believe that Yuki Masai is not a beast. I really can't. It's amazing. This is such a good twist, seriously. And I mean, you make the other character fucking blind. And that's, oh, I love that. I love it. So that's unusual. Who was that person who died in the CG? Because, oh, I get it. So it's as if, I think it's as if this person's, let's just say, for ease of thinking about analogies and ways of putting it, let's just say he's a schizo and he has multiple personalities as a result of that. And yeah, it's kind of like that. That's kind of like a metaphorical killing. Like the metaphorical killing of the side that actually wants himself to live as a human. Live like the human being who Pauline knew so well. But that's it. That is the turning point. And now Pauline is going to be killed in the most horrible death. I mean, Jesus Christ, you could imagine that your lover was killed by the beast. You could not imagine that that lover is the beast. And I mean, let's be honest, with the whole ship turning up and stuff like that, I do wonder if there could be possible trauma from the accident as well. If there was some sort of really, really awful event, that could not have helped at all. God, and look at Huffy. So desperate. Yeah. I don't really understand why. Oh, I get it. Maybe Pauline is described as a beast there because of the fact that it's being seen within Huffy's eyes. And anybody who tries to confine with the beast is a beast? I don't know. It is Pauline, your lover. God, this guy's outfit, I mean. It's just, this guy is... He has an evil that is so unimaginable that... And yet he is damaged for such an unimaginable extent. Hi, nice to meet you, Pauline. It's been a long time. No. This. Ridiculous. Exactly. How little does love mean when you have suppressed humanity? You are a beast. You're just deranged, but you view yourself as someone who's a beast. And why did the maid ever permit this? Seriously. Why? Yeah. Can't even say a thing. And he can't do anything. It really is as if he is being driven totally mad. Poor Pauline. What a horrible CG. And she still tries to, well, to reach out to Pauline. Oh my god, when you realise the twist. God, you really realise what Javi was saying. The world is not this beautiful thing. You're gonna find it's gonna be so ideal for you to just get out alive, start a new path, live your life forgetting about your lover because he's clearly never going to come back. Nobody expected this. Nobody. Jesus, what is he even doing? Is he torturing her or what? Ah, so he's probably torturing her with the katana. And after all, it's just awful because I'm... No, I'll talk about that later. Yeah. Your lover is the beast. Yep. You didn't just kill them. You murdered them. You tortured them. You ate them! Despite... You cooked them! No, sorry, you didn't cook them. You got somebody else to cook the fucking villagers! In a soup. Just have a fucking human burger or something ridiculous like that. Human soup. Yeah. I don't even imagine what he's doing to Pauline. He's, like I said, probably torturing her. And she's totally defenseless, and that's the most sick thing about this. Defenseless. God. I love how realistic the portrayal of this is. Look at the blood flowing from her face there, for example. Interesting. Well, you're never going to now. Can I just mention, I think Yukimasa's derangement was really caused by his hunger. Because you not only have all of the persecution of the village being horrible, but you also have you going mad because you can't find anything to eat. So much so that you have to rely on shitty, out-of-date food in the mansion's cupboards and basement. Well, to be fair, I mean, the maid surely... Actually, the maid probably isn't even human anyway. I think it's a bit bold to assume she is. look at that. Such a tragedy. You'll never know. What the fuck must she think? Does she even know? And she can't tell. Yeah. Because the beast has come out. He was past the point of no return. And like the maid said, his cracks, he was trying to heal them, trying to glue them together, but it was just his own mental state that caused them to widen more and more. But the maid can... Sorry, the white-haired girl can never see that. Totally. And you are aware, and that is the most sick thing. Yeah. And isn't it interesting that after all this, a past lover that you have had is useless? You don't even care about her. It's just because she's a threat. But why? Why is she a threat? Why did she need to die? I mean, sure, she approached at the worst possible time, but why did she die? Why did you kill her? And this is the thing, just one of many, many people killed. Exactly. I do find it really interesting, that whole lust-related thing. I mean, obviously lust isn't a very good emotion, but at the same time it's just instinctive for nearly everybody. And it's interesting that there's such a lack of it. And it is interesting that there's really, really been a lack of it throughout the entirety. I mean, even sleeping together, you would have thought that would be a little bit more intimate, but no, not at all. But that's just because this girl was the saviour when he was in his worst ever mental state. Yeah. I see. So that's the other beast. Oh, now that makes sense. Yeah, and you just want desperate acknowledgement. I just find it really quite funny to think about the fact that the white-haired girl was in the most dangerous ever situation. This is literally cyanotic. I'm sorry, but yeah. Yeah, you're just desperate for praise. Desperate for your efforts to be acknowledged. And you can tell Yukimasa is the merchant. Look at how fucking massive his hands are. And his thumb, Jesus Christ, it's like he has a fucking tree branch on his hands. Like, seriously. Yeah. Was it actually a beast? And isn't it interesting, that beast thing that we saw before? Somebody had objectively been killed. Somebody had seen the mansion, and they had known about the beast, and they wanted to end his life, but no, didn't want. Was it actually a beast? If you can liken her to a beast, then you are just as human as he is. But, like the white-haired girl was always saying, no outside appearances are necessary in this story. Yeah. Oh my god, that's so cruel. So you not only die being murdered by your lover, but you die knowing that they could be seeing somebody else as well. Like Javi was saying, the world is never kind. You don't understand a thing. I just find it so surprising now that we know this is an actual human being. Derangement. It's just so surprising that the white-haired girl will never ever give up on this person no matter how deranged he is. She doesn't even think about her pain, she just thinks about the pain about being rejected by her lover. Were. Peace was always the only thing he ever searched for. Always. I don't blame her. Doesn't surprise me at all. He's even forgotten his own name. So I wonder who is actually saying. Yeah. Oh, it's just too kind. Too kind. It's probably the last ever. Well, I mean, I do find the thing about Peaceful Life, because they both wanted a peaceful life together. But at the same time, I think when... no. This is probably one of the last conversations they had. Just what Pauline imagined this lover would still be like. Yeah. Jesus Christ. He's properly disturbed. I don't blame him. I really don't. Is he going to die now? Or what? Yeah. I don't blame him. At least he's human. Yeah. It's just the alteration of the truth. Oh, I like that. You were seeing her memories as if you were kind of... Does that... Oh, does that possibly mean you were seeing through the point of somebody who is blind, somebody who can't truly see the viewpoint of the beast? No, I totally agree. Yeah, that's the most deadly thing. Oh, totally. Yeah. Yeah. It would have been less interesting though, let's be honest. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I agree. So I think the fact that the windows weren't completely smashed, I think that that beast was Pauline. There's no way it's not. And that's the only reason why I think that, but I think it might be realistic. And isn't it interesting? It was just completely incomprehensible jargon that the beast was saying. But listen to what she was saying now. Yeah. It does totally, yeah. I agree. Reality versus fiction. And that is, it seems, a really, really big theme. Yeah. I think I get that. Yeah. That could be. That's actually reasonable, but the eyes aren't necessarily different. Well, no, wait, I'm getting a bit confused. No, totally. Yeah. I just think it's ironic when you think about the white-haired girl. Red eyes. Really, really resemblant of the form Bestia believes himself to be. And it must have been so awful seeing the mirror, seeing objectively somebody you are not, somebody who is human, and trying to convince yourself so much that you are this psychotic beast, and just in the mirror seeing a human being, and it really makes sense as to why so many of the mirrors are completely smashed. Yeah. It's vivid. Absolutely vivid. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, obviously that's the ultimate and most important indication. Of course that's the case. He had lost his grip on reality. But Jesus Christ, it's just unbelievable that he has unknowingly killed somebody who was so significant to him. It really is as if he's completely forgotten about his entire life beforehand, as if he's totally channeled away all of the memories he had of him being human. Yeah, it would just furtherly complicate this mental debate. So his mind just seals it off. I mean, I get it, it's just ridiculous. It all makes sense, and that's the worst thing. Yeah. I mean, obviously nobody can truly look like a beast unless, I don't know, in like 200 years we'll have some ridiculous gene therapy shit that makes it so that we can. But yeah, it's a bit ridiculous. The lie between man and beast. It really depends on your outside appearance. And how others perceive it, because here this guy was different, they were hostile, so as a result of that he was considered a beast. But well, so it could be outside appearances, and that could then mean whether someone is a beast or not is completely subjective. But obviously in the outside it's a bit more complicated because it's kind of more metaphorical, but inside it is metaphorical still, but it's less ambiguous, because obviously a human being is, I don't know, nice, kind, lives life like he should, doesn't cause any harm to others, and a beast is, I don't know, like a psychotic murderer. But it could still be subjective. But yeah, like this example, the psychotic murderer viewed the nice, brilliant, and kind as fuck person as a beast. God, it's going to be so interesting to see the conversation between the two after this. But what I'm trying to say with overcomplicating it, there is no line. Genuinely. depends so much on who you are asking the question to that there is no definitive line that you can draw. It differs from every person. But even if somebody is deranged, is it fair to liken them to an animal? Even if they have done murderous things? Kind of depends, really. Oh, I hate giving the answer, it depends. Seriously. Oh, God, I know. It's put so brutally, but so true. Yeah, so that could be some sort of trauma or head injury that caused him to lose his memories. I remember I was saying stuff about trauma. Well, I mean, I was going to say it depends on how much you care them, but he cared for Pauline more than anything in the world. Yeah, but I find it really interesting that the merchant came and then obviously all of this began and all of the murderous schemes happened. So that was kind of how you could tell he had some sort of multiple personality disorder. Because you see yourself as a beast and then you see you as a human. You completely hallucinate it, can I just mention? And then I suppose that human being, that version of yourself, ironically, just mirrors the village and then you start killing. Hallucinate a murder and then you do it loads in real time. You couldn't have not hallucinated it. Because how would he have seen the merchant? God, that's unbelievable. So it was as if he was always the beast after that human side of him had been killed. And then it was like a beast trying to learn humanity. And that beast being his more deranged side. God, this is fucking genius. I'm sorry, this is so well written. Yeah, let's be honest, the story is going to end with the white-haired girl dying. Or maybe it won't. Maybe there's going to be some sort of dramatic and miraculous twist. Who knows? Interesting. Yeah. And it has gone totally unnoticed. Everything was... It was not found out. But of course, we saw it. Yeah. Not even himself. I agree. And that's the worst thing. She cares about him too much to want to care. Yeah. It is interesting that that's the thought, but I can see that in a way. Because this murder is perfectly understandable, and if you actually give him perspective on the murder, then he's going to lose himself. He's going to totally... He's just going to become insane. You've got to be so careful with somebody like this. I don't think you can objectively say this, though. I think it's subjective whether she is without sin. Yeah, God. It's insane. Okay, I think we'll get into this tomorrow. Ceaseless howling. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, the beast's identity. Well, that was absolutely amazing, seriously. That was so good. I just want to, before I go, see that scene where Pauline is killed. God, I wonder which CG I'm going to use in my thumbnail. This the scene, maybe? Episode 8. Just got to see another Bestia on screen. Oh, I see blood, probably. Oh my god, this is really interesting. This is really pissing me off. Hang on a sec. There we go. Right. Yeah, so some things that I'm... Yeah, that's just so interesting. The fact that all of this, it's viewed as, like it says, a terrifying monster. Oh, that worked. Psst. Yeah. Yeah, can you blame him? It's just really interesting in the sense that... No. Oh my god, this is done so weirdly, because... It's interesting when you see... Oh my god, it's just perspectives. It's done so well. You've just murdered your previous lover. But that's the thing. I kind of get the impression that because of that, he sees a human being and he just thinks... Well, no, I think he makes it look like a Bestia because of the fact that they look similar. But it's also because... Well, just because of the threat that's surrounded by that, really. He associates any human being he sees with harm. nothing but harm, and he says he screams, but he doesn't even have an ability to talk. And it's interesting hearing the beast's screams. It is as if it's just jargon that we can't even comprehend, because it is in another language. He has completely forgotten about this language. How bad must this crash have been, man? Seriously. Ah, yes, another Bestia, sure thing. Yep. Yeah, God, I see that. So, I just want to... hang on a second. So, this absolutely insane Ost here. Yeah. It's kind of an accurate representation of the goings on. Of absolute insanity in his mind. Yeah, they are falling. No shit. So before we go, I'll tell you what I fucking love about the story is perspectives. This visual novel is like Tsubahibi in a sense that it does perspectives really, really well. Because you see one situation from one character and then the other from another one, and it's just so different. Because from Bestia's situation, you see all of the understanding required. You see how vulnerable and how scared he is and how he will kill to protect his life because of fear. And then you look at another person's perspective and you see Bestia as a merciless, cold-blooded killer who is an absolute psychopath who would do as much as not only have an affair with a lover but kill for said affair. And I just love how we really see this perspective of hatred towards Bestia for the objective things he has done versus the understanding of him. And it's just so tricky when wanting to understand Bestia because you feel bad for him. And he is genuinely hopeless, he really is. Because there's no mental health care, there's no, therapy whatsoever. No. Well, to be fair, there are no police. So that is why he's been able to get away with this. Let's be honest, something like this he never would have been able to get away with in modern times. No way. But, yeah. What was I going to say? I was going to talk about something. Well, yeah, from Bestia's perspective, you just see the fact that he is defenseless. You really do. I just think that's done so geniusly. Just this debate of... it's just so tricky to seek understanding and to really think about what you should, or how you should perceive Bestia. Do you feel sorry for him, or do you feel sorry for the people he has killed? Or both, which, let's be honest, is probably the most realistic. By the way, I really do wonder who this is. I do wonder if this could be Yukimasa. Yukimasa's bloody hand. Yukimasa. It's an unusual name. I wonder what Masa actually means. Oh, well, this is a bit complicated. Yeah. So there are a lot of ways you can write this. That's impressive. I've seen this used for Yuki before. Same for this, obviously. Never any of these. I never knew you could use Shiawase's kanji and Tadashi's kanji together. And this one as well. The ma and the ma kanji. Ko as well. Or iku. Unusual. Kanji is weird, man. Anyway, I fucking love this session today. I'm very excited to read tomorrow. And I will see you guys then.